Hi, you guys. How are you? Oh my gosh. I'm still out of breath. I'm shaking. I just got the hugest hit on something and I can't wait to share it with all of you. Let me say hello to you guys. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Tara Love. Hi, T-Barb and Jane and Euphonia and Marjorie and Catherine. Wow, she can't believe she made it alive. And Gloria Dean. Butterflies. Cartomancy. Carol. Oh, yes. We're alive. So, I am still shaking. You guys, I am laughing so hard. This has been like something nobody's been talking about. I just got a huge hit on this. As you know, I get really big hits when I'm like working outside. And so we got a lot of snow. And so the guys are out of town snowmobiling. I've got the snowblower. I got it started and it worked, but then I ran out of gas. So I have my shovel out again and I'm like trying to finish up. And all of a sudden, I figure this thing out. I am sweating profusely, but you know, my ears are frozen, my nose is drippy, and I'm like running inside to try to like strip off all my stuff, get set up, and like the one time I don't clean my desk, holy cow, this Virgo moon needs things in place to get started. So what happened was, I've been getting so much information about so many things on so many levels. I don't know if you guys can feel kind of this momentum, like our Pluto return is right on our doorstep. And it feels like a bulldozer cutting through stuff. So I don't even know how this even popped into my mind because I wasn't even thinking about it. But then all of a sudden I get... I'm sorry, I need cards because we're going to be reading on the Page of Cups, you guys. You know, this for me are intercepts. The United States. Oh my gosh. Okay. I just need to write this down real quick. Page Cups, Queen Cups, Hermit, and Carol. Carol is one of the cards I've kept in this deck, and like some of the others where you have people communicating, I have figured out that Carol, the institution, like a government source, is telling someone what to do. Like this is government related. Okay, here's the answer right here. I cannot believe I just love my card. Maybe I don't need to shuffle them. So all of a sudden, I'm like finishing up and I get this thought in my mind because everyone's talked about, you know, the cases related to January 6th. I'm sorry, we're talking about January 6th and the FBI, okay? And all of a sudden, I'm like, I get this thought, it was like almost someone said in my head, they're always talking about the apps. You know, like Mark Meadows used that app Signal. So like Mark Meadows used the app Signal. Come on. Signal. So there are people in the GOP, I think overall was using Signal because in some of the filings from January 6th, they talk about Signal. I don't know if Signal is an app, but you have to have an account so that your discussions are encrypted. And Clint Watts has commented, or it's Peter Strzok. They had tweeted at the time when we found out that Meadows was using Signal to talk with other GOP people. They were kind of mocking him, laughing at him like, oh, this is what mobsters and criminals do to try to hide their tracks, and they use burner phones. You guys. Burner phones. So it was like something whispered to me. Everyone is talking about the apps. No one is talking about the burner phones. And in that moment, I realized the FBI basically has the market cornered with burner phones that are for sale. Okay? And not only is it the burner phones that they dominate and flooded the market with, it's like Five Eyes and our allies. And for a long time, they have been manufacturing, creating the contracts to have burner phones, but they still have, like China, mass produce them. And then look at these cards. This just verified that whole thing. The Page of Cups are intercepts. United States. Surveillance investigations. We're watching what you're discussing. The government is putting out those phones. They're out in the world. And now, like, this is my card, Much Ado About Nothing, of those on January 6th plotting the coup. And it traces back to other countries. And this is part of how they're getting them indicted. This is why. Because, like, every time I'm watching Biden talk and you know, and as soon as I got this idea, Nancy looks at me with that kind of like evil eye grin. That video that I put out, the thumbnail, she comes straight, that came straight in my mind. Like when she planned the date for Donald's, that horrible horoscope for his last State of the Union. This is the big secret. I couldn't figure out, like with Vice President Harris, Nancy Pelosi, all of them talking about January 6th and so crazy calm, like everything's done. They moved on. They have no doubt about where they're going. It's because we own all the tech and we... And that's bigger than the apps. You got what I'm saying? Let me check in with you guys because this is so mind-blowing big to me. Okay. Hi, you guys. Mimi Rose. Hi, Queen and everyone. 3 readers said today that the former guy will be charged with treason. I pray they're right. I hope so. What do I think will happen with Kevin McCarthy? He's toast. The GOP wrote him off a while ago. Oh, it's the 23rd? I'm sorry, it's the 23rd? So me having a head injury, I totally lose track of time. Thank you, T-Bar. It's the 23rd. We're even closer to our Pluto return than I thought. Okay, so I will change that information. Thank you so much. So, so that's what we need to look at. Okay. Yes, it's the 23rd. Okay. So, tarot. We know the apps. We know about and we know about ANOM. I'm going to tell you guys as briefly as I can about the app ANOM. We found out about it last year, I think on June 8th. Because someone was making encrypted apps. They got busted, and part of them, instead of going to jail, they've been cooperating with the FBI at the time we found out this last year for over 2 years. Well, since 2018. That is a very long time to have a cooperating witness. So what this person did was they created encrypted apps through devices on behalf of the FBI, and they were sold to the transnational mob, bad guys, at the high, and these people had this encrypted app and device to the highest levels of government. And this is why we've been having so many huge arrests in the past year. You guys, by the week, for the past year, since June, there have been massive, massive busts. If you've read about things being seized, you know, a record seizure, massive tons of fentanyl, massive millions of, synthetic drugs, smuggling, all these busts with like trafficking. It's because even though the FBI had this app out there since like 2018, Well, while Donald was in office, the FBI did not have access to the data of this app, because what it did was every single text that was sent by criminals to one another to send things that were being smuggled, to pay each other, those texts went to the servers. They were blindly copied onto servers in a third country. So this third country, I think it might be Australia. No, far, far away, a third country took all of the texts. And the agreement with that third country was, do not tell us anything unless there is a threat to human life. And I think there were over 100 major threats of people being murdered where the FBI had to intervene and make arrests and do something. So this is why the FBI, Frank Figluzzi, I think, or Clint Watts said, it isn't or Peter Strzok said, it's not necessarily good to have arrests when you have a counterintelligence thing going on, because you have something set up. It's only if something is going terribly wrong that you have arrests. Otherwise, everything can be compromised, okay? And you might lose everything, because if you have someone who's cooperating, they might see what's going on and then they get scared and they go. So there were over 20 million texts that went to this third country. And that agreement with the third country ended on June 8th. And on June 8th, the FBI got all these 20 million messages that they have to sort through, okay? And in the meantime, I think we had the Paradise Papers come out, like another batch of all that dark money offshore. So that's just one app that's responsible for all of this. But today, and then they use the Signal app. I got, kind of laughing in my head. They're always talking about apps for intercepted texts and messages. I don't know if I have like an FBI guide, because this voice I have not heard before. It's definitely feels male and is like, hey, following up. These guys, everyone's talking about the apps. So show me, everyone's talking about the apps. Show me everything talking about the app. Everyone talking about the apps. Everyone is talking about these apps. But no one is, but no one, like this is a big arrow, but no one is talking about the burner phones. Because oh my God. I don't even know where this goes. Because the burner phones, okay, so this is kind of like that. This is the threshold of the burner phones. Show me the USA, Canada, UK. I better write this down. Let's say Canada, UK, Germany, France, Australia with these burner phones, New Zealand. They have them pinned. Without a doubt, it's the freaking apps, but the burner phones, that is burning them, that without a doubt, they're done. Trump crime syndicate, the transnational criminal corruption, the Two of Pentacles, the data, the information that goes from the burner phones to the apps. It is a very short loop in being able to trace these things back in the offers that are made by people to commit crimes. These are the burner phones. So, burner phone. 9 of Wands. This is the way we creep into defenses. They think they're defending against the transnational mob. This is also the United States, democracy, our allies' defenses. We're undercover. Burner phones. The Judgment card, reversed. There's no turning back. We have all the judgments. See all these people standing up? It's like one burner phone leads to all these networks in the water, overseas, other countries, under seal, because they're a freaking fool. This is marking a new beginning with so much of the information and how we work with our allies and how we manage global cooperation. The burner phones. We can hear what you're saying. There's no doubt about it. It's undeniable. We have the information. Oh, I'm sorry. These were the apps. So the apps are a way to get in. Everybody's talking about the apps. I'm sorry. That whole conversation still applies to apps. They made bad judgments to do things around the world. We've got the information. The apps, just, they're embedded. Two of Swords, two communicators. It's undercover. You can't see. But that's just the app. Nobody's talking about the burner phones. The Queen of Wands, a nation's leadership. This is usually Putin for Russia. What Putin told people to do, or other nation leaders, what they told their transnational little mobs and cells to do through burner phones. Everyone's talking about the app, but the real thing is the burner phones. So, oops, can you guys see this down here? Nope, that's too far down. Sorry. That's better. Okay. Burner phones. The King of Pentacles usually is Donald Trump. These are also dark money donors. These are also autocratic rule guys who think they're kings of their nations, but they're also the king of the data. The burner phones are king. They trace to the highest levels of a nation because they're covered in that 10 of Wands. This card, fast data transfer. Peter Strzok said in his book, Compromise, fast data transfer is the new form of espionage. The burner phones are covered in fast data transfer, but they're compromised. They've been infiltrated because this is kind of like that haze that this is what the burner phone does, but this is like that invisible veil that nobody can see in what's going on beneath the horizon. All the crap that they're doing, the Tower card, Mars, Force, these guys want to have explosions. They want to terrorize people and threaten people and crumble democracies and crumble governments. The Sun, the revelation, the leadership, democracies, but the revelation of all their planning that goes into here because nations are telling their little cells on the ground what to do. Burner phone. So what did I say over here? The United States, the Six of Pentacles reversed. This is like no quarter. This is no mercy. We have all of your communications. This is all the evidence. And we are not going to be charitable at all with you. There is no freaking mercy with our courts. Canada, they are a point with their burner phones of data. That is embedded. I believe we probably worked with, what else, Canada? Ace of Pentacles reversed. The conspiracy. The conspiracies against the United States. Do you understand? We have now, if these trace to other nations, those who tried to commit a coup, the foreign nations that tried to help them. No wonder Secretary Blinken twice has said to both Israel and Pakistan, we're reevaluating our relationship with you. And I think it's because of all this stuff that's coming in. This is the UK with burner phones. They are ripe with information. Is this Russia? Yeah. All the countries that trace back to Russia to do their stuff. Now we have Germany. I don't know. The Seven of Cups. A disguise. And France. Intelligence. I don't think we're supposed to know about that. Just ignore that. Australia. People got caught over there. When we're talking about a safe and secure Indo-Pacific, there's been a shift in perspective on how, especially China and Russia, the South Pacific, the Indo-Pacific needs to be safe. New Zealand, their burner phone intercepts. They had an attack there. They traced information back from that mosque that was attacked. And that evidence is going back out there. They're not kidding when they say this is the hugest investigation ever by the FBI. I'm gonna quickly look at the FBI and kind of see where this trail is. Well, let me check in with you guys. How are you doing? How are you guys doing? So much everything, Leslie, right? Leslie's drinking wine. Good for you. Catherine Bennett, it's like lancing a boil. All the goo has to come out before. Yeah, it is. Mel, it's the height of arrogance that all these folks believe that the U.S. government cannot de-encrypt those messages on any cell phone app, right? The U.S. government has more supercomputers than anybody else. I know, right? These guys are so U.S., like coming in, 46 and all them coming in, are so U.S. egocentric that they don't think they can get caught on stuff. It's just really so ignorant. Totally for entertainment purposes only. Hi, Connie Morris. Yes, I do get very excited. Queen, how do the burner phones play into Russia invading Ukraine? Okay, AJ Lowe, I had a hit on that might be part of this slow drip, drip, drip that they're keeping, trying to keep Putin reined in. I just got a nod on that. Let's do that. Okay. I need, so I can keep, oh my gosh, what time is it? Oh, darn it. I got to get going soon, you guys. That's why I was in such a hurry, because I got to go. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to see how this works. So this back and forth has to do with the burner phones and how they relate to, Russia invading Ukraine, Ukraine defending itself. Okay? So this line down here has to do with burner phones and what their role is in our current situation. See, again, I always get Biden so confident, like this is a done deal, that they know how to manage this and why they've got him so bad. So, Tarot, I'm looking at the burner phones related to Russia wanting to invade Ukraine. Russia invading Ukraine. Burner phones. How they're using it to invade Ukraine. So that's an attack. Ukraine. And because Ukraine has allies down here, how they are able to punt back. Because of your allies. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Hit back. That is weird. These are all going sideways. Oh, except for that one. And that one. Where is it? Okay. So the United States, we have burner phones. And what is the behavior of Russia with invasion? What are they doing? And the USA, using burner phones, is like, I got this, and I got this. And they're able to have this unified voice with NATO hitting back. And Putin's like, what? You can't do that. How is this taming? Oh, he's got a headache. This is a nightmare. He's totally... He feels so scrambly, like, what the F am I going to do? How do they know this? Like, he's flipping furniture over and is, like, doesn't want to admit he got caught. Okay. Burner phones. Revealing the big plan. There's Australia with what they have. This is the UK with what they have and intelligence. So Russia is all like, I'm going to invade Ukraine. Spy. I'm going to impulsively invade Ukraine because I want to. There he is, the King of Wands, angry Putin. I'm going to invade. And I'm transmitting all this information with burner phones that I don't even realize. And things are calming down. He doesn't know if he wants things to calm down or not. So Ukraine, because of Russia's plan, using burner phones, attacking them, they have the Five of Wands reversed. The fight, they can suppress the fight because of what's coming in with burner phones and escape, attack, and subvert Putin with the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, I'm talking about burner phones because earlier I got the hit while I'm shoveling. Some like FBI guardian, whatever, was like, everyone's talking about apps, but the real thing has to do with the burner phones. The FBI and our allies, they contract, like China, to make the burner phones. And when they receive them back to sell them and distribute, they can look at what China did in the phone, but then they can add something. I think this is how they're keeping tabs on the manufacturers of the burner phones. Okay? So that's why I'm looking at burner phones. So Russia hitting Ukraine. This is how they're able to suppress attack from him. And because of the burner phones and what they have with their allies and what we know, they can maintain their balance beneath the surface. This is what nobody really knows. That's how they're able to keep their balance. Queen of Pentacles. These are the people, nations involved with wanting to keep the Afghanistan war going. And this is January 6th people. Mobs related to that. Oh my gosh. And it reveals their plan, the playbook, how they keep doing this. So Ukraine is able to use this information to gather up more expertise in how they are trying to roll countries. And Russia gets their heartache, and their master plan is out. It hurts them so badly. The star, the war that they want to disguise. No star. Usually this is how they're trying to cover up their responsibility for attacking Ukraine. But it's heartbreaking because they can't cover this up anymore because they've been found out. Oh, that awesome. How are you guys doing? Oh, where are you guys? I got to get back to this bottom of this chat. Okay. Yay, Leslie's going to be a poll worker. Okay. So that's between Russia and Ukraine with the attack. Now, the United States down here, FBI has had orders for burner phones to distribute. Now, what is Russia doing? I got it. With burner phones that gives the USA the heads up on XYZ. The Ace of Pentacles, the original point of data, the original point of money, the original point of authority to access, acquire, annex Ukraine. The Four of Swords, that is like software, embedded software that comes out. Maybe we altered the microchips, but the malware that they're using, their software that they're using, we have that. Leading to their plan, the Ace of Wands, with boots on the ground. Can I see this Ace of Wands with their operation? The Ten of Pentacles reversed. These are the families, the dark money, like the Trump dynasty, but also the other big families, big dynasties who are funding this crap. Holy cow. And so the United States says, hey, with what they have from their burner phones, I think Putin's going to invade Ukraine. I'm going to act like I don't really know what's going on here. Remember that haze, that line that's kind of drawn that we're not supposed to know? But it's a big cloud. We know their crimes and how they're covering them up. And that Justice card. And we will have justice. This is what I wanted to read on earlier, like with our FBI, DOJ. Our Justice Department is all over that. And we have so much strength in everything that we had that Putin thought he is caught, you guys, with these negotiations. And NATO now, they're all speaking with a unified voice because, oh, wait, I forgot to see what's on the bottom. The Four of Cups between Russia, USA, NATO. Ongoing negotiations. Don't attack. The King of Swords. This is what we're holding over you with what we have from burner phones, Hermit. And the far right, transnational mob family. And so this is how we're able to put out a unified plan against Russia. So NATO says, the Ace of Cups, that's the thing that Putin wants more than anything. But it's also the point of manifest emotional power and kind of strength. This is the love we have with NATO, with Ukraine. All are unified, one voice defending Ukraine. Because the Knight of Pentacles, the mercenaries that are out there trying to put out this war, have been intercepted with the star, with Putin's war that he wants. So that's why NATO, underneath the surface, without a doubt, can say, hey, this is what we're doing because you, Pootie, the Five of Cups, have been busted. Remember, the Five of Cups for me is actually more like a Russia-China card. Like these two cups up here, it's like you have a country overseas and they come in to a nation in disguise and they take whatever they want. They spill blood, they steal data, they get their recruits on the ground to act and behave in a way that they want them to, whether it's subverting elections or who's in charge of a government. And then they're able to cover their tracks and leave this two cup in a different disguise. So NATO, these were upright, knows, oh, I can't remember where these upright or upside down. I think it's upside down. Five of Cups reversed. Yes. The yes card is the point of an operation, the point of responsibility. This is why NATO is being loud too, because yes, it's attacking. This is how it's attacking Putin now, because yes, we know what you're doing, and Putin is all. Three of Cups can't get his conspiracy off the ground. He's all. Nine of Swords, I can't get this terror action going. He's all. The Knight of Cups. Oh, he's so embarrassed. He does not want to make a counter offer. The Knight of Cups, he does not want to negotiate. He does not want to be diplomatic. He's so pissed because he cannot blend two sides of a story, two sets of rules. He can't use the propaganda to make this bigger terror act that he wants. And he's exposed. He's not able to lead the way he wants to. This is a failure. This is what the burner phones are doing. Okay? So that's, oh my gosh, it's 5:09. So I got to get going. I just wanted to show you guys these things. Let me check in, see how you guys are doing. If there's like a quick question I can clarify. Isn't that exciting? Can you believe I got all this while I was shoveling? Like I am still like super, like my skin is still burning from the cold. And then I gotta go to the store. Wow, of course burner phones. They ain't what they used to be when they couldn't be traced. I know. And the beautiful thing is that I think our FBI is contracting with manufacturers overseas. And when they arrive back, the batches of burner phones arrive back, they're able to open up those phones according to the specs that they gave them to build. Hello, dumb China. Sorry, dumb China. They're able to look in to the specs and whatever China put in there, because China likes to put little microchip things to surveil whatever they're putting out there. Now we know what they put out there. We know the code that is tied to which phone when it goes out there. So there's always another nation that if they are behaving criminally as well as part of a a conspiracy through technology to subvert a government, it's like we've got that as well. This is why these guys are so calm. It's been driving me crazy. Yes, vote. Alice, yes. Thank you, Queen. Awesome as always. Yes. Yep. Let's see. Okay, girl power. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Paisley. Okay, yes. Thank you, Connie B. Bye, Rose. Yes, that's so exciting. Okay, you guys enjoy this beautiful Sunday. It's the 23rd. The 22nd was yesterday, in case you didn't know. I didn't know. And we'll catch up with you soon, okay? Bye. See you later.